This is the most MacGyver video setup I have so far. So I was trying to get the laptop high enough to where I wasn't doing the whole like double chin thing looking down. So I just put the menu from room service or whatever the hell that is. So I am at a actual hotel for the night. Got a pretty good deal on it on Kayak. It's like $20 for the night, and then tomorrow morning there's a buffet for $5, and if I get there at 9 a.m. it's $3. I still have very mixed feelings about the hostel last night, but as far as like just work, that's probably going to be it. I don't know if I'll go there again, but like if it'll definitely fill the need should the need arise for like really fast internet. So from there I was gonna go to, there's a travel clinic because I was gonna get a few more vaccinations because I'm planning a trip farther out into the countryside before the end of the month. I got there, and because of the New Year's thing, it's like still a 3-day weekend, so they weren't open. They told me to come back tomorrow. So I had a few hours left to kill before the hotel would be ready. So there's this Japanese bookstore that I would go to in San Francisco, and they have one in New York. And ironically, I don't know if I really went to the ones in Japan that much, but the one in and they have one in LA, but the one in San Francisco actually has like Japanese music magazines, so it's kind of cool to actually be able to like buy magazines, the music I listen to, or at least see them in person. So I was having trouble finding that store, but on the way to doing that, I found like, I'd read about these, but like all of a sudden I just kind of like wandered into this complex where it's like, I think it's like nicknamed like the battleground of the malls or something like that. But there's like 3 or 4 malls just kind of all in this one little area, and it's like, it's I could just spend like the whole trip just wandering around those malls. I mean, in addition to just there being a lot of different stores, like there's all these like random like art installation things, and the layout, a lot of them was interesting. Like there's one that was kind of laid out like a like a street market where you kind of just walk through the different shops instead of like kind of, you know, deciding which one you want to go into. So it's just kind of all of the inventory is kind of out. And then that same one has this like, a lot of it's like kind of in rings, or the building's kind of a tube, so you can look down from the 7th floor and see everything. And then the top floor of that, there was a co-working space. I didn't get to test the internet there, but if I need to, I could do my work from there, which would be interesting. And there's a lot of restaurants and stuff. First I was like, well, that's a cool mall. And then I went, I was like, but I still couldn't find the bookstore. Where is it? And then so I was leaving, and all of a sudden there's this big courtyard area. Across the way there's another mall. One that just like the food court and like food area was insane. It was like, it would be big in its own right as a mall. full-size grocery store. There's like a whole like night market kind of thing, and then there's like a caviar thing, and a lot of sushi and ramen, and there's like way too much food here, and I feel bad because like I mostly just been having convenience store stuff, just because it's. I actually really like a lot of just basic staple foods from Japan, like rice balls, and I never get to get those at home, and here I can get them, you know, a block away, and they're 70 cents. So like that and a water and like a soda or a candy bar or something like that. So it's like $2 and it's a full meal. Not like a healthy meal, but it's kind of hard to really turn that down. Because a big reason I'm going on this trip and going in these countries is that I can actually start saving up money. And I was kind of being done with money for this weekend, so I'm trying to get a little more principled with what I'm spending it on. Oh, so one thing I want to, like, again, I'll probably be back to those malls. If anything, I want to do like a tour, just kind of walking around, because like seriously, there's so much in those malls. I don't know if I would look weird like with it, because I have a selfie stick, just to make it easier to film, which I might use that at that point. But I was like following all these signs, and I think sometimes they were just kind of like misleading names. I guess they were just like names of certain sections of the mall. Like it would say like this way to the Hall of Mirrors. I was like, I want to go to the Hall of Mirrors. I couldn't find the Hall of Mirrors. Early on, I saw a sign for, it was like a SeaWorld, and I was like, what? And I was trying to find that, and then I like followed the signs, and then it just took me to the subway station. I was like, okay. And so I went back in and kind of gave up on that, and then found all the other stuff. And then as I got on the train later to leave, and we were heading out, I was like, well, there's the frick. Saw the SeaWorld thing, and then like I said, a block later, I saw the mall I was originally trying to go to, Central World or whatever. So I got to the hotel. It's pretty nice. So it's weird. It's actually like two twin beds put together, and so like when I first sat down, this part's really hard because it's like where they meet. Yeah, they have it on this. I don't really. It's just kind of the same content, so I think it's just some looping tourism thing. But I don't really have anything else I was going to watch on TV, so I'm just kind of leaving it on. It's kind of cool to randomly look up and see things. The closet. Don't need that. And drying my laundry on the table. So, one cool thing is the prices of the minibar. It's like I knew I got 2 bottles of water complimentary. They matched. I just got another one. But so there's like there were 2 Pepsis and there's a couple of beers, and I checked at 7-Eleven, and all these prices for the things are the same, if not lower, than at the actual market. So it's usually with mini bars, it's like not worth it even touch anything. So I was a little disappointed in the patio area. Don't really have much of a view. For some reason, there's a sink out here. I don't know what it's for. Yeah. Back inside. So yeah, this is what AC units look like in Asia. The bathroom. It's a nice thing. Like I haven't had like my own bathroom for this whole trip so far, so it's nice not having to share it with other people in the hostel, or let alone only being able to use the public bathroom at the airport. Obviously, I couldn't shower there, but I don't know. There's not a light over there. But so there's a glass door. This one looked a lot better if I had filmed this earlier. Shower head. I noticed that there was that one in the middle of the shower, but there's kind of a lot of like rust, so I don't want to risk anything with that. But yeah, for $20, it's not a bad room. Yeah, it's weird. Like I mean, I don't know how often they do the $20 rate, and then I guess if it's full price, it's $40, and that's a little high. But even then, it's not that high compared to, or actually, it's very low compared to hotels. So then I was hanging here for a bit doing some work, and then I figured I would go out, just kind of look around the neighborhood, and then again probably just get like a rice ball or something. I haven't really been hungry. That's like the really frustrating thing. Like there's all this food, but like I originally thought that the like central downtown part of Bangkok was along the river, because like all these pictures you'll see will be like of like people on these like high-rise like rooftop bars looking down, and there's like really good views of the rivers and all that, or the river. And like none of the trains go down there, so like at some point I'm gonna get down there, but it's gonna be kind of a pain, so like I probably have to actually like stay down there for a night, because I have to like take buses and stuff. This hotel was within walking distance for me to a part of the river. I guess it's more like a tributary or whatever. I wasn't sure how far I'd be able to go, because on the map it showed there was like a dead end, but I was thinking maybe like it looked like it was like a shipping dock or shipping yard or something like that. So I was like, well, maybe I'll get some photos of the shipping yard. But it's kind of like the streets kind of ended in someone's garage, and yeah, there was a lot of stray cats and dogs down there. And I saw little kittens, and they are adorable, but I couldn't touch them. So I stopped by 7-Eleven again just to get it. Like usually I'll just go in and I'll get like a water, because they have it for like 35 cents or something like that. And so I got that and like a strawberry Perrier. I was like, I'll find a nice little place, have a little quick picnic kind of thing. And then so I just kind of followed the road leading away from the 7-Eleven, and I started finding it was like kind of going by part of the river. And then I saw like I feel bad I don't get any footage of this. You're not really missing much, but there's it almost want to say it looked like a rundown version of like Venice. You know, or not Venice. Yeah, Venice. Like the canals, like how the buildings look, and then like people had like their laundry out to dry and stuff like that. I was like, well, that's kind of charming. And there's some boats. And then I was like walking along that, and then all of a sudden I realized that that wasn't like a river. It was like standing water, and it smelled very definitively of feces. As I noticed the smell, I happened to basically notice a guy contributing to said smell. So I tried to get away from there quickly, because yeah, I walked back up north to catch the train to go a couple stops, and I found another couple malls. One of them ended up closing by the time I got to it, and then the other one was more just kind of a food court with a couple of different stores. Yeah, the hotel has a pool. Like, it's not on the roof, but it's like pretty much on the roof. It has a decent view of the city. So tomorrow it's supposed to be raining from like I think 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fortunately, the hostel I'm going to next is just a couple train stops down, and I'm like a block away from the train station that I'd be catching it at, and then the hostel's only like 3 blocks from it. So like worst case, I have to walk 5 blocks in the rain. And like honestly, the city needs a rainstorm. Like there's just so much humidity, and it needs to just kind of get a bath. The city's very dirty. That's one thing that's been interesting. The first area that I went to was kind of disheartening as far as just looking, you know, for lack of a better term, ghetto. But since then, I've seen a pretty good spectrum. Like today, I would say I'd probably seen the biggest spectrum, where it's like going through, like at the mall that I was leaving with the Sea World, like at the top of the escalators, the store is like it was like a Rolls Royce dealership. I was like, oh yeah, because as you're leaving from shopping for Hello Kitty socks, all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, that's what I need, a Rolls Royce. But it was weird, like going from that to just feral dogs running around and guys crapping into whatever that was. It is giving me a better idea of the spectrum of life here, and it's kind of I'm finding that I enjoy more just kind of going off in these random suburban areas than in the cities, because people generally leave you alone. They're not trying to sell you stuff, and it's generally cleaner, other than that part that I was talking about. So the first night, I think I said I did like 8.5 miles, and then last night I did 12 miles, and then today I did like 10 miles. So that's like 30 miles in the 3 days or so that I've been here. It's pretty good. And tomorrow I'll probably be pretty lazy. I needed a day to just sit in bed and work. I feel like there's something with the hostel. I don't know. Yeah, if I think of anything, I'll append it. So